This is Countryside News Channel, your official online and cable news channel, giving you the latest information from the province of Lanao del Norte. Countryside News Channel.
What's the purpose of your privileged speech on August 7?
The purpose that I did my privilege speech here in Congress was just to inquire as the status of the Pantauragat raid in 2013. It's been a long time now and we've been asking ourselves dyan sa province, what is the status of the highly maybe blown out of proportion raid that happened in 2013 that was run up to the elections. During the time of the Aquino administration, they were proud to have successfully done a raid and in some sense shown that they have done some sort of action in regards to the campaign of loose firearms in the run-up to the 2013 election. So, us naman in the province and also with me here as a congressional district representative, I'm simply asking the question to DOJ, what has happened since then? Because we feel that there has been no movement in the DOJ cases, and I just want to know if it has been dismissed or if it's still pending in the Department of Justice.
In an interview, former Mayor Lantud denied that Lacson Lantud is a warlord and your speech is just politics and falsehood. What's your comment?
Ako, I disagree. Well, she has her perspective on the issue. Ako, I also have mine. And mine is that let's listen to the Department of Justice to make sure that there's no politics o dagdag ng kulay into the Pantauragat raid. We simply look at the case. There are 3 cases that have been docketed in the Regional State Prosecutor's Office and then elevated to DOJ Manila. And whatever DOJ decides or what is written there, black and white in paper, let's listen to that. And I highly doubt that the DOJ, the Department of Justice, will entertain anything such as falsehood or politics. I believe that the Department of Justice will do their mandate and perform and pursue justice. And if there has been anything done illegally there in Pantauragat, well, that's for the courts to decide. But if in Pantauragat they are innocent, then I'm sure that the cases will be dismissed or the DOJ will dismiss the case. And that's my job also, that I feel as a representative of the province, to ensure that the DOJ is acting on cases and police operations that have occurred in our province.
She claims that pictures presented are false and not of her house. Is this true?
Well, yung mga pictures that were presented here in Congress, those are just taken from the internet, and anyone can Google Pantauragat Raid 2013. But if you're looking for something more valid, I think we can give credit to GMA. If I'm not mistaken, there are pictures and also videos of the Pantauragat Raid that showcases the 40+ firearms that were found in the 2013 Pantauragat raid, and that's GMA. So that's a news network, and I think we can give credence to their findings and their videos and their pictures.
According to her interview, the charges were exaggerated, that the weapons were planted. Do you agree?
I think that's a dangerous accusation dahil more or less ang ini-imply ni former Mayor Lantud is that the PNP planted more than 40 firearms plus rifle grenades, and I would like to believe that our men in uniform, our Philippine National Police, are not that dastardly that they will plant that many firearms just to show some sort of accomplishment to then President Aquino. And again, this is all submitted as evidence there in the region, and only the DOJ can really decide on whether or not those evidences are planted or are actual or valid evidence. So let's just wait for the DOJ to act on it.
The Manila Standard posted an online article stating that soldiers deposited the firearms in her house and that the soldiers made business out of their weapons by selling them. Any comments?
I also think that's dangerous, especially during this time. Now we have the budget season, and during our budget briefing with the Department of National Defense, General Anyo was very proud in saying that he's instilling reforms in the AFP, and I think it's hard to believe her accusation that there is negligence in the AFP, that the armed forces of the Philippines are selling their weapons, making businesses out of it. If there's any truth to that, we here in Congress, it's our duty to make sure that that type of negligence, maybe even corruption, does not happen with the armed forces of the Philippines. So we'll look further into that. But again, for us to make sure that there's no politics involved, the purpose of my privileged speech is to push the DOJ to come up with an official statement as to the status of the Pantauragat raid and their cases, the cases that have been docketed in the Regional State Prosecutor's Office. With that, we'll find out what the truth is. And until we get any official pronouncement from the Department of Justice, it's just we're just waiting, and we'll just be pending.
Is there any message you want to convey to those watching?
The issue in the 17th Congress that we're trying to pursue is the duty of the DOJ. We want to make sure that the DOJ is matching the work also of our PNP. It's very hard to hear na minsan in field operations masipag ang trabaho ng PNP, pero when it comes to the DOJ, they're very slow in terms of working on the cases that are being filed in their offices, and also ensuring that yung mga criminals or people that are caught by the PNP are brought to justice. And that's really our purpose here. The Pantauragat case is just one of the many examples of a police operation that has been completed, turned over to DOJ, and then nothing has been happening. I'd like to believe that the DOJ under the Duterte administration and under the leadership of Secretary Aguirre will not let things like this continue pending. Na kung may trabaho sila, they will work hard on it. And that's what I believe will happen. And I'm simply just asking questions. What's the status? Either pursue the case or dismiss the case, so we can put an end to this issue and have closure.
This is Countryside News Channel, your official online and cable news channel, giving you the latest information from the province of Lanao del Norte. Countryside News Channel.